Cookout Podcast, episode 472. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan. Today we're going to review 2024. Now hit our theme song! Hey Ryan, we're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole bunch is going down. We're back for the very last show of the year of their Lord 2024. We're going to talk about the year that was, some of the great adventures that we had. We're going to tell some stories, our thoughts on some of the cards, the decks, the places we've been, the people we've met. Before we get to any of that, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com. They are your source for all your gaming needs. And we also have to thank Pile of Bones Brewing Co. They are the second coolest thing to come out of Regina, as well as the official beer sponsor for CCO Sidewalk Slam. Season 3, coming in the new year to YouTube.
Yes, very much so. I had some Pile of Bones over the holiday season.
Me too.
Very delicious.
It was.
And I have a shopping cart built on FusionGamingOnline.com right now.
Ooh.
I'm going to use CCO promo code CCO Holiday.
What are you going to do with that?
Get a discount on all the stuff that I was actually going to buy anyways.
So you're just going to spend less on the things you were going to buy.
Yes. Well,
Man,
actually,
that's smart.
Actually, you know what? This week it is Boxing Week. And if you're listening to this on the day it comes out, it should be December 31st. I believe the Fuji Daddies, Christmas Daddies, Santa business whatevers,
Them fucks.
they should have a Boxing Week sale on right now, and the deal there is probably better than the promo code deal. So I would encourage people to do that. That's an excellent place to be around the holidays.
I got an envelope from them yesterday.
Hey, like a late Christmas present?
Yep. It had 16 swamps in it.
Oh.
I wanted the one with the tiny bones.
Yep.
Where he's stealing and then he's running away with all the stuff that he stole.
Yep.
And I used that for my Rev deck because I'm stealing and then running away with all the stuff that I stole.
In my shopping cart right now is a 60s poster art, Storm of Saruman.
Ooh.
Yeah, I need it for the Lord of the Rings collection. My favorite set in 2024.
But that was from 2023.
Oh, I'm aware.
It just remains? Actually,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about that actually because I'm just going to say no. I'm going to say no. We're going to go right into some magic talk off the top of the show.
do it.
Weird. I think, for me, 2024 might have been overall the least exciting set of sets over the course of a calendar year since we started doing the show.
Whoa.
When you look back at it as a whole, like individually,
Yeah, is that on
could-
average, or did one bring it all the way down
no,
for you?
I'm looking strictly at averages. Like
Whoa.
100%. Like I really liked some of the art styles and stuff. There were some cards I really liked in some of the sets.
Yep.
But when I overall look at the sets, it's like, man, like I don't give a shit about any of this stuff. Like,
Not
does
even Duskborn?
No.
That was like your set.
I know, and I was kind of really excited in the moment.
Yeah.
And then looking back at it, it's like,
Wow, I never knew that.
like, I forgot Murders of Karlov Manor even existed. Mm-hmm. I actively didn't like Thunder Junction because it was the one that was supposed to be the best one of all time. It's finally our cowboy set.
Yep.
And it was such a, just here's a set with a cowboy hat on it, right? And there was lots of stuff like that. At least for us, we didn't get the big Fallout experience because it was barely released here. I think there was 6 collector boxes in the city of Saskatoon for Fallout.
You know what I just did?
Right?
In my head, you know what I just did?
Tell me.
Thunder Junction could have been the Cowboys and Aliens that we wanted.
Yep.
But it was the Back to the Future 3 that we got.
Ooh, nice.
And you know
Yes.
what? Back to the Future 3, great movie. If
Perfect.
that's what you wanted.
Absolutely serviceable.
And hits all of the cowboy tropes, right? And that's what was important about the set, I think. Or that's what became important about the set is it hit the cowboy tropes, but it didn't give us the gritty kind of modern day take on the Western genre that maybe we would have expected.
There wasn't a 15-year-old kid with a broken leg laying down the road, and the grizzled cowboy goes up to him, pulls a gun, and says, "Can't do nothing for you, son," and he just shoots him. because he's going to die of dysentery and botulism anyway. None of that.
There was nobody getting buried, so just their face could get eaten by ants.
Yeah.
None of that. There wasn't even a guy jumping out of a saloon upper story window onto his horse.
Or somebody getting, like, kicking the saloon door open and then rolling in and
Or
beating
getting-
wholesale ass.
or
And we
getting
got that art later on in the show on or later on in the year on Cranko. Literally kicking a bar door open and
Yes.
walking in. Why wasn't he wearing a cowboy hat?
Yeah, there was nobody getting kicked out of a saloon door, and all you see is the guy's boot kicking him out.
Yes.
There was nobody getting dumpstered with a spittoon bucket.
Nobody getting drowned in, like, the thing that the horses drink out of.
Yes. There wasn't even anybody getting drowned in a well. There wasn't anybody getting drowned at all.
Was there a well?
Probably not.
I don't even know if there was a well. I feel like there wasn't a well until we went to Bloomborough. And Bloomborough was fine.
Yeah.
It was perfectly serviceable. There was lots of neat stuff there. Well, I think
Yeah.
my favorite commander of the year
Well, hold
came
on.
from Bloomborough. We'll
Yeah,
get to that in
yeah,
a minute.
Yeah, we're getting off the.
But overall,
the
what I'm
rails.
trying to say is I think, like, overall, like, looking back at it as a whole, I don't think 2024 was a really great year. I don't think it was.
I think it was a perfectly serviceable year because it did do a bunch of things that we wanted Magic to do.
Of course it did,
We
yeah.
did get the cowboy set.
Yeah, and-
we did get the horror themed set.
And I'm not saying it was a bad year. I'm just saying it was the least exciting year that has happened. That doesn't mean it's bad.
I got one for you.
Right? Like, it's
Here,
the worst of the best or whatever you want to call it. Like, it's...
We're gonna put Uncle Brando on the spot.
Ooh.
What do you think the worst year for Magic ever was in terms of sets that were released? What calendar year had the worst sets ever released?
Oh, my God. Worst sets ever released. That'd be going back pretty far, hey?
Yeah, and
'Cause-
keep in mind, like Urza's Destiny and Marcadian Masks were released like in the same
year,
calendar year.
yeah.
So like it's like
No, it'd be like Fallen Empires and...
oh yeah,
Dark. That's
Oh,
probably
yeah. You're
the
probably
year,
right.
right?
Like 1995 or 1997 with 5th edition, and no, because Tempest came out in set 97. 95 was Ice Age, and like what 4th or 4th edition? That's got to be bad, hey?
Yeah, that was a bad one.
No, but Ice Age was good.
Ice Age wasn't that good.
I mean, you know what? Maybe we're totally wrong, and maybe it's like 2010 with like Shards of Alara or something, right? Like, is that the worst?
Well, okay, what was...
And how do we? You know what? The question's moot because how do
Yeah.
we define worst? This is
Yeah.
too big of a question.
Shards and Lorwyn, I think, were in the same year. And I know that Lorwyn, at the time, nobody gave a flying fuck about it.
Unless you played fairies, then it was like an unbeatable deck because Bitter
Yeah.
Blossom and Bob were in the same freaking extended
Yeah.
environment, and Bitter Blossom and Scion of Una and Mistbind Clique or whatever were all in the same deck.
Cryptic Command.
Cryptic
and-
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
bad.
And as soon as you get your foothold in extended, you play your Tarmogoyf or whatever, and then they drop the frickin' one that take the fairy that steals your creature.
Yeah.
It doesn't exchange, it just steals it.
Mistbind Clique?
No.
I know the one you mean, though.
Yeah, it was.
I can picture the
Oh,
art.
yeah,
'Cause she has like a peacock tail. And
It's
she's
like a 2/2
swinging.
for 4 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, it steals your guy as long as you can control that fairy.
Yeah.
Frick, that one. Anyways, that was 2009.
Yeah, or whatever the
Not
hell it was.
2024.
Yes.
So, where do you want to start? Do you want to get into sets? I want to thank some patrons. I want to talk about the couple events that we went
Yeah,
to.
let's do that. Let's
Okay.
do that first. And
Okay.
I'll drink some eggnog, and then we'll move on to actual Magic stuff.
Yep. So in 2024, like 23 and 22 and 21, we did our CCO experience.
Yep.
This year we had 2 instead of 3.
Fewer than usual.
Yeah,
is
but
sad,
I would like to say the fun was condensed into fewer kind
Yes.
of outlets, though.
we had 3 worth of fun in 2 of them.
Yes,
is great.
because Chicago was, and they're all during the winter. Hey, I guess Chicago was like not that cold though.
Well, no, that's just because we were in Chicago. It was still winter. It was like January. It was ass crack
Yeah,
cold up
it-
here.
Yeah, it was February 23rd or something, and we went to
Goddamn flowers were blooming.
the Midwest with a bunch of our Midwest. I shouldn't say a bunch of our Midwest friends because people came from all over the country. We had Canadians. We had like Aaron and Amy from Seattle area. We had T Coates from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
We had Mac and Rachel from Kansas City. We had Scott, and I think Scott lives in Vegas or around Vegas. He lives somewhere in the West.
Sure.
And we had We had Nate. He came from, I want to say, like Indianapolis area, so not that far, actually. Man, I feel bad if I'm missing whoever else was in the house. Oh,
That was a big house.
Aiden All Filler, No Killer, No Chiller Miller was
Yep.
there. He came from New Mexico.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so people from all over the place. And that was a fantastic event.
We got to have upside down soup pizza, which was amazing.
Yep, we got to have Malort right in the command zone.
Yes,
Yep.
we did.
Oh man, and was there ever a lot of Malort?
Yeah, I drank like 9 beers that one day, just sitting there. Just like
I
sitting
had
there.
9 Malorts.
I only had like 2 or 3.
What's the plural of Malort?
I would say
Malorts.
Malorts. Producer Gary says Malorts. I agree with him.
Malorts, yes.
No.
Malortses? Malorti?
Now Malorti would.
No,
That
it
sounds like
wouldn't
a
be.
name.
Yeah, Malorts. So that was fun. And then the other official CCO experience we had was just recently in
Yeah.
November in Calgary. And man, did we? I don't think that we broke the record for most beer ever drank at a CCO
No.
experience, but we had to have been on pace.
Oh, we worked hard. Man, that was. I needed that so bad. Like summer was it was a long summer this year. Lots of stuff happened, like in real life, in our friend group, and just lots of stuff going on. And that was the absolute perfect opportunity for us to just go out, have fun, blow off some steam.
You know what?
And man, that was Calgary came at the exact right moment. And apart from the drive home,
Ooh,
that was
yeah,
an
that's a good-
amazing trip. And I was very excited. about
Yes. You know what? Mac Attack said the same thing. He said, you know what, with extra responsibilities and load at work and his house move and just drama in his everyday life, like everybody's, he said the same thing. I can't wait. It's going to come at the exact same time and I need it. And I felt the exact same way. And I said it to Mac. I said it to you. I said it to Brad. Rusty Trom Jones was there.
Yep.
I said it to face-to-face Kelly. I said I needed this because, man, I've been doing so much work with the Dam Studio and producer Gary, and my broken leg, like, kind of taken me out of a lot of my regular activities with my family. I thought, man, what a great opportunity to just go out, blow off some steam, eat some great food, and play some Magic. And I did play Magic.
There it is.
People are very convinced that I don't play Magic at events.
Well, for a while you didn't. For the first couple we went to, you didn't.
I did too.
Did not. Until I have seen it in the past, it did not happen.
Oh man, I did. Yeah,
Like
so
at the house, maybe.
I played at the house and the convention,
Do I-
both days.
I don't think I play at the house. I very rarely play at the house.
Yeah,
Because I'm out doing
Yeah,
stuff. I want to
see?
go eat
Bitch.
sushi and drink beer and
Yep.
sit in the hot tub and shit.
Yep, and we did all those things. And you know what? Big thanks to all of the patrons who help make those possible with the planning and the attending thereof.
Yes, the being there is the key.
Yep. And if anybody wants to be a part of in 2025, we're going to be talking about that next week. But we're already talking about Atlanta because Chicago is kind of a no-go. We are like 99% not going to Chicago.
Yeah, it's sold out. We don't have tickets.
Oh, it's sold out.
So,
Okay.
at least at the time of recording, I was like,
Okay.
So here we
Well,
are.
I think we just moved to 100% not going.
But most likely Vegas, most likely Atlanta.
Yep,
You'll see us. There's a couple of Canadian events coming up. But that's all tomorrow stuff. Or next week stuff.
Vegas is very much on my list because it's my favorite show of the year.
Yep.
I love the city. I love traveling there. I love the process of traveling there now that we kind of have it down pat, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to get to do all that. We're going to talk about it next week.
Are we going to stay in a mansion with a pool again, but not a gas leak?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. So I guess if anybody's interested, that's coming up that's in June, right? Yeah. Oh, let's not get into it. I'm so
Yeah,
excited
so we're
about it
pumped.
because we didn't get to go this year, but I don't want to talk about it yet. Yet. What else? I had one other experience that was just me because it was a little bit short notice, and the timing of it with my broken leg didn't allow us to do the full planning. But that was Command Fest Toronto for Duskmorn launch weekend.
Yeah.
And the Duskmorn after party with scary movies and trivia was a super hit with face-to-face. The event sold out.
Excellent.
It was, and you know how those events go. They're not like 500-person parties. It was like 60 or 65 people.
Lots of people.
But it sold out. We sold tickets right up to the last day where some people were there, and and they had tickets, but their friends didn't. So Kelly at Face to Face was like, yeah, let me count the tables and make sure that we have enough product. And he's like, yeah, come on in. And we had a full house for multiple rounds of trivia. There was there was 3 scary movies.
What were they?
The Thing,
Yeah.
Sleepy Hollow, and one of the ones with Ash with the fucking chainsaw.
Army of the... I can't...
It was number 2.
Oh, Army of Darkness or Evil Dead 2?
Evil Dead 2?
Evil Dead 2 was the one where he gets the chainsaw for the first.
Yes. Army of Darkness is like the medieval one, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it was not that one.
Okay.
Yeah, look at me go. Hey, the Commander Cookout taught me all that stuff.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and there was a bar and pizza and sandwiches and all kinds of stuff. It was actually a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to kind of be like convincing people to do the trivia, and then I thought it was going to be a lot of just standing around and having to play limited with people I didn't know. But it ended up being everybody was like, the trivia was banging and people were like cheering and booing each other and like high-fiving, winning packs. And then I dumpstered a bunch of guys in limited, took their decks. Yeah, that was a ton of fun. So we're going to plan some more of those with Face to Face. We're going to talk about that next week, though.
Excellent.
Yeah. So that's the CCO experience. Again, big thanks to the patrons and all of the Discord people who help bring all those to life, right?
Yeah.
Magic sets. I think sets and then decks that you've built from sets, right? 'Cause
Sure.
you thought you built 2, but it was actually 4.
It was actually 4, yeah.
5 if you count building the same one 2 times.
Yes.
I thought I built 2, but Pantlaza was from 2023.
So you only built 1.
I built 1, yeah. Now, I built more than...
Skinner.
Yes, the Skinner. I built more than 1 deck this year because I'm a freaking Magic nerd.
Yeah.
But only 1 from a commander that was printed in 2024. That was the Mind Skinner.
Dang.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do a quick rundown here.
Okay.
Okay, 2024. We started with Ravnica Remastered.
Disappointment.
Disappointment and no reprinted, all reprinted Legends.
It was only Shocklands were the reason to get them, and we're going to talk about this next week, where these remastered sets started off as some of the best shit you'll ever buy. I think this was the actual downturn, where now I think I'm going to start actively avoiding them. We'll talk about that next week.
The remastered. Mm-hmm. Okay, so continuing with the sets.
Yes.
After the Old Border Shocklands, we got the Surveil lands in Murders at Karlov Manor.
That was okay. It came along with Clue.
Ravnica Clue, yeah.
I enjoyed the Ravnica Clue edition. Murders at Karlov Manor, we talked about it earlier, kind of forgot all about it. And I still don't really remember anything super exciting about it past Clue. So, man.
I'm gonna put a little asterisk beside this one as potentially the set of the year.
Ooh.
The next one was Fallout in March.
That we talked. I'd mentioned that earlier on in the show. Here locally, we didn't get a huge presence of that because we only got 1 shipment of any of the sealed product, which granted is only collector boosters. But
More like 1 shipment.
So, like, you couldn't get it. You could buy the decks after a point, but it was after the next set had already kind of started getting spoiled. So anybody that didn't pre-order them just didn't get them. So for my experience with Fallout, it basically just, I didn't have one.
Didn't exist.
Yeah.
And this is one that you were looking forward to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't,
Yeah.
So I kind of missed out on that one. And maybe that's why I'm not as hype on it. But here we are.
This is a little bit of a look back over the course of the face-to-face events that we did go to this year. We went to a Saskatoon event, single-day event. We went to a Regina event, stayed at Keel's house. We'll call that a mini experience.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, because
It was a
there
great
was a
time.
lot of beer drinking there. I'll tell you that much.
There was.
Yeah, lots of chicken wings.
Yeah.
And tacos.
And Leo, the one-eyed cat.
That sounds more and more random every time you say it.
Well,
And
kind of is.
the Toronto event, the Calgary event, and you know what I do at all these events? Because we're affiliated with Face-to-Face at these events. I convince people left, right, and center to pick up the Lord of the Rings Collecti Boosties for prize ticks or the Fallout Collector Boosties because they're among the most expensive collector boosters on the prize wall.
Yep.
And it's always exciting for people to hit like Mana Crypt and Soul Rings and stuff were in the Fallout packs, right? Like you could get special ones or the Pip-Boy bobbleheads, the foils of those, like ended up being quite expensive.
Yeah, even some of the pardon me, the Fallout art commons like Bajuka Bog and those kind of things. Even those are like $5-6, but it's a $5 or $6 common that you're gonna play. So
Yes.
that's pretty cool. There's lots of neat
with
stuff
a different
in there.
art that maybe is like resounding in your deck, or because you like the game, or because you like the show that came out this year.
The Bajuka Bog had like the Terminator thumbs up sticking out of the toxic waste dump.
Oh,
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool. I just got one of those in the mail too. That was why I
There
know
you
that
go.
one.
You got it from FusionGamingOnline.com.
Use special promo code CCO Holiday. Save myself 5%.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, then we got Outlaws of Thunder Junction.
We talked lots about that one. I would say the breaking news, probably the goddamn ugliest and least physically playable border treatment
So you love them.
that's been done. No, they were so bad even I don't like them.
Oh,
Right? Like they're hard to read. They're hard to like hold in your hand because the name of the card is so far down on this much wasted space on it. Did not like. So that's a thing. Although the vault, the big
The
score,
big
or whatever,
score, yep.
the big score was cool. I wish that they had done more stuff like that. I
Yep.
kind of liked that one.
Moving ahead to June, Maudie Ho Ho Ho.
That's fine.
Yeah, it is what it is, right? It's gonna have cards that are directly injected into all of the competitive formats that it's legal in.
and-
Modern, Legacy, probably Vintage because there's a card restricted from this set, and Commander, of course.
And we got Commander decks in a modern set, and we also got the full art or borderless or whatever fetch lands in there too. So that was a cool one with some very much needed reprints in them.
Yep, we got Ash Creed.
Which again, another one that kind of came and went without, I would argue, much fanfare.
Keel is just gonna be pounding his keyboard. Hey,
Way cooler set than I think even we gave it credit for at the time. After looking back at it, talking to Keel, actually looking at some of the cards and building with them, it's like, man, there's some cool shit in there. If you didn't ever look into Assassin's Creed, now's the time because it's not super expensive. They are still accessible, and there's some really cool stuff in there.
I play one card from that set, the bird, that
Yep.
exiles and comes back.
Siwa, Siru, Sarah, I don't know his name.
And then the other one I play that I don't play but I own, I bought one because I thought I'd play it, is the instant that bounces all non-legendary permanents to their owner's hands.
Neat. And terrible.
Deconstructulation, it's something like that.
Yeah, I know the
You know
card
the one.
mean.
It's got
I
the
do.
guy jumping on it.
Yeah, they all have guys jumping on it. It's Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what Assassin's Creed doesn't have?
Guys not jumping.
A jump button. Figure that shit out.
Keel again. Keel just.
Goddamn it, right now!
Yeah. Okay. Bloomborough in August.
I think lots of people liked Bloomborough. Lots of cool
Mm-hmm.
stuff from there. My favorite commander of the year certainly came from
Ooh,
Bloomborough.
no hints. No hints.
No hints. People know. Who
People
it
know,
is.
yeah.
People know. But I think overall that was a good set. It was the return of the big score with like the set of rares that are outside the set that you can only get in certain places, which I think they should keep doing. It's way better than the list. I'll tell you that. And I don't know. I thought the Bloomborough was a cooler set. Aesthetically, maybe not our jam, even though it had lots of frogs in it. But lots of cool stuff in it. My favorite non-legendary card of the year came from there too.
I would have built Flubs the Fool if it wasn't the box topper and I could actually obtain it.
Why can't you obtain it?
I just never looked for it that hard.
I have 3.
You got 3 Flubs?
Well, I got
Oh, don't Google that.
I got one for each box I bought, and then
Shows
I
you
op-
how much boxes
then
of
I
that
opened
product
one.
I bought.
Yeah, like you. It was the buy a box promo. And like the tarot card art was the where he's like walking towards the cliff and he's got his little dog trying to.
There's a
save him.
Flubs tarot card?
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's what the art is. People have seen it. They know what I'm
Oh,
talking about.
yeah. Sorry. Yes, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
The art of him is based on a tarot card
Yeah,
art for the Fool.
He's doing the fool thing.
Yes. Okay. Mystery Booster 2, let's move right past that because sure. Duskmorn House of Horror. I liked this set. I liked the room mechanic and the split cardiness of it. I like that it came with door perforated tearaway things. That's something that we've talked about wanting.
They did it just like we asked them to, which was very, very kind of them.
I liked that it was very horror tropey set mixed with body horror and like dream horror, like monsters and really bad guys, and the haunted house. The house was the thing that was the bad guy. Like it wasn't just a haunted house; it was like meta haunted, where there was the bad guy that was the fucking house.
Yes.
I think that story was cool.
Yes,
I
agree
people
with
get trapped in it.
Yep.
And there's like all of the TV tropes and like the cool bundle box. Like the box was cool. I know that you didn't like the product, but
Until you opened it. It was cool until you opened it. I have to stand by that because you don't get a box.
You know what?
You get an insert in a box with 2 boxes inside of it, and once you've taken it all apart, you can't put it back together again.
Mac very carefully opened his, and then we taped it back together, so I do have the box.
Well, good. I'm happy for you.
Yes. I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Nothing, because it's not a functional box.
Yes. Oh, I understand. Yes, I could keep a box, but it doesn't do anything like a bundle box or fat pack box.
Exactly. It takes up the exact amount of square footage that box exists in, and that's all it does. That sucks.
So moving on from Dusky, we had 17 more secret layers.
Yep.
Foundations.
That would be my favorite set of the year.
Foundations Jumpstart.
I liked Foundations so much. It came with so much stuff, and I think it really changed the game on how we're going to see set releases in the future. And I'm excited for the later half of next year when presumably they're going to kind of reissue Foundations version 2, and we're going to get to see a bunch of new arts and new things that they're going to come out with. 'Cause I'm convinced they're going to do that, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, like Foundations patch or Foundations like 1.1.
Yeah, like it's going to be like a new run of, I don't know, collector boosters or whatever boosters where they'll have like a different showcase treatment or something. I assume they're going to do that.
But the same cards.
But the same cards.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be cool.
I actually like that idea. Hey, that's a prediction. We'll have to write that one down for next week, hey? Because we've nailed a couple predictions in the past.
We're smart.
Yes, bills in the mail.
Correct.
Okay, jumping back to January, I want to just run through it real quick because I know that you're into some of these, and some of these you actively don't like, and some of them you're just ambivalent about and don't care.
Okay.
Secret Lair, Raining Cats and Dogs.
Did not care about.
Secret Lair, Winter Super Drop.
I think I got a couple of those.
Okay. Secret Lair, Burning Revelations.
I did get that because they are, no word of a lie, the ugliest Magic cards that have ever existed. If you're watching on YouTube,
which you should be.
Joe will have them on the screen for you, I hope, so you can see just how despicably grotesque they are.
And this isn't anything to do with the art style. It's that they're commissioned and created to have red borders, and that changes your whole universe. You think white borders are bad, and I don't think white borders are bad, but if you do, wait till you get a load of red borders.
I cut cards in every deck just so I could play all 5 of the cards I got.
Just to be a piece of crap.
Because they're so ugly.
Yeah.
I love showing them to people. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Like, that's a secret lair, my guy. Why do people buy these? Is what one person said.
Those came out right around the time when we were in Chicago.
Yep. That's where I bought mine. Was in Chicago.
Secret Lair, Sheldon's Spellbook. This was to commemorate the passing of Sheldon Menery.
That was a great product. I didn't manage to get my hands on one, but I really liked that one. Lots of the proceeds went to charity, and just that was a good one. I'm sad I missed it. I'm glad everybody else got it.
If Burning Revelations was the worst, we'll give Sheldon's Spellbook the best.
Yes.
And full disclosure, I almost called it Shieldred's Spellbook, and I was like, what, didn't they used to do whole box sets for these? No, but it was Sheldon's. Okay, moving on. We got Secret Lair Spring Super Drop.
I got a few of those ones, actually. That one had lots of stuff I liked.
Okay, and I'm not really going deeper into that.
Yeah,
but
like it's...
The Summer Super Drop was the next one, which is kind of funny that there wasn't one in between. But anyways, we had a bunch of other stuff instead. And then we got the Inside on Elevator Super Drop?
Inside an Elevator.
Oh, Inside an Elevator. Yeah,
that was the one
that
that came out with Duskmore and had all the Ghostbusters stuff in it.
Oh,
it had the Chucky Secret Lair. I did get that one because it has a Nora and the Wary card that obviously doesn't look like a Magic card, so it has to go in.
Yep. And then Secret Lair Dungeons and Dragons 50th Anniversary Super Drop.
That was a good one. That was the one
did
that had
you get this one?
Oh, yeah, I got lots of those ones. I got the Karlak one, and I got the... Actually, did I get the whole thing? I did. I got the whole thing. I bought that whole...
There you
the
go.
only Super Drop I ever bought. I bought the whole damn thing.
Okay. This one seems like one that you would want as well. Camp Totally Safe Super Drop.
I'm not sure I got any of those ones, actually. I don't think I did. I think I might have skipped that one.
Man.
Because I had just spent money on...
All the money on the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, that was the important one.
This would be called... this is our first instance of MTG Finance, product fatigue. I want to buy more, but the products are too close together, and I can't enjoy one and save up money to purchase the next one. Or if you're going to do them all in the same year, give us some more spread or minor drops in between super drops.
Yeah.
Or don't make it a super drop, but make one every month instead of like a quarterly super drop. Like, I don't know, spread it out more and make it easier to digest.
I maintain if they had a Secret Lair subscription service, that would be, especially now that they're going not print to demand, they do really good. You get first
Yes.
crack at the decks, get first crack at the Sheldon spellbook, all that kind of gimmick.
Yeah.
But like
oh
every
man,
month,
I don't know
right?
how I feel about that idea.
For your for your subscription fee that you pay every year, then you get like the confirmed drops, and they've done this before with Transformers. That every quarter you get maybe not the whole drop, but you get something just because you're a member. But you also have access to some things other people don't, either earlier or like unsold units, if there are any. You have access to the back catalogs, so you can go back and get them. They did that with Transformers, and it worked really well. I was a member for a lot of years.
Yeah, I when you explain it like that, like you can get back catalog, you get early access to the things like the Secret Lair pre-con decks. You get early access to those. It isn't exclusive, so if I don't have a subscription, I can still get them, but I can't guarantee to get them like super drops or Secret Lairs are now. I can't guarantee to get them when they're not print to demand again.
Which is shit.
But what that means is when they're print to demand like this and there's no subscription service, they're nigh guaranteed to sell out.
Yeah.
And they can more exactly calculate their earnings based on knowing how much of a product there is, right? And knowing with an MSRP that returned in 2024 exactly how much they're going to be worth.
Big news in 2024.
Yeah, so I can see it both ways, right?
Yes.
I get it from both ways: the consumer standpoint, the distributor or the creator standpoint. I've talked a lot with various people at like Face to Face and Fusion, like bigger retailers in Canada, and I'm starting to understand it kind of at their level and why or why not they would want to order certain product or certain quantity of product.
Sure.
And what they. I guess essentially how they move product at events and what their biggest earnings potential are based on different kinds of product.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff, but more for conversation than for podcast.
Yes.
Okay, so let's keep going. Secret Lair Marvel Super Drop. Now, this one I would like to tag as the most controversial.
Yes.
Because this was the first one that went back to
Mechanically unique stuff. And
mechanically unique and printed demand. Yeah, I couldn't think of the
Or
word.
not printed demand. Sorry.
Limited like print run.
Limited print run, yes.
Print run, and then there's no more of it, and it sold out in one day, and then you see guys who got 10 copies on eBay for like $400.
Yeah.
So this was the controversial one, and again, probably it has something to do with guaranteeing like what kind of earnings that they can demonstrate to Marvel or whoever owns Marvel, and also probably something in the finance and legal jargon that we don't get to access or see. They needed to be printed like a finite amount.
This is how many storms with a mohawk you guys are allowed to print, and then we...
Yeah, exactly. And I say that because in talking with WotC officials, I learned that all of the art was contractually obligated for the Lord of the Rings set to be digital.
Oh, wow.
None could be physical. It all had to be digital art. And also talking to other retailers around different shows, when they print certain big cards, WotC has to approve those, and they only approve certain amounts of big cards to be printed to guarantee their scarcity and keep events that they're featured at through licensed retailers exciting.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah, but they have no cash value, remember? Because
Oh,
those
yeah.
don't have an MSRP.
Right.
So those ones are pure excitement.
Pure excitement.
Pure excitement.
Yes,
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that all the super drops?
There was one more secret. I think that...
The fairest of all.
Yeah, that's the one. I don't think anybody even knew that one existed. There's 4 cards in it. They're like a storybook cover and back covers. They're those 2-sided gimmicks. I think the only really exciting card in it was Steely Resolved, I think.
Estrid's Invocation, Steely Resolve, Estrid the Mask, and Tuvasa the Sunlit. And they had like storybook cover art. And then you flip the card over, and it's not a double-sided card, but the front side was all art, and the back side was actually the mechanics of the card.
Yeah. There was the cover of the book, and then the other one was like the back sleeve that tells you what the book's about.
I really dug these. I liked the look of these, but I understand that they look like book covers, not magic cards.
And none of them were red, so here we are.
Yeah. So I could see why people did not like these. Look at that.
One of them is a planeswalker. A planeswalker with no words on it.
I do play Estrid the Mask too.
I know you
I
do.
should get this.
You probably should.
I probably
still can. I don't think it's sold out yet.
Oh, well, probably is. Let's be honest.
There you go.
So
well,
those,
I don't
those
even
are the
knew it was
sets.
there, man. But that was the product release from the year.
What we didn't read was all of the associated commander decks that go along with all those products, but you know that all the sets have commander decks pretty much. Yeah. And except for Ravnica, it didn't because it was a remastered set. If you had to pick a favorite set, what do you think it would be?
A favorite set of the year?
I think you already said
Foundations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. You know what? I have such a hard time saying that that's my favorite set.
And I'll be able to say it's my favorite set next year, too. That's pretty fun.
You'll be able to say it's your favorite set until 2029.
I know. See, it takes all the stress out of it.
Yeah. Hey, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
It's literally the job that set is supposed to do. I love the idea of Foundations. I love the idea of Foundations like 1.1 with new promo treatments to keep it interesting for the whales. I like that it made Jumpstart like fun again.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah, it made Jumpstart fun again and it happened in 2023 and 4. We're like, okay, we're done with Jumpstart on every product. We don't need that anymore.
They decided to give up on it and turned it into Clue Edition for Karlov Manor because it was so bad.
Yes.
People disliked it to that degree that they turned it into something else.
And again, going back to the MTG finance and product fatigue, you take it away for a while from Karlov Manor to from frickin' February to November, make us wait 10 months or 11 months or whatever it was.
And then make it good.
And then give it back to us. It's like, oh, hey, there's this thing that I like to do, and it's available again.
And it's good.
Good.
That's the key. Because it was available before, but it was bad.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah. So I like Foundations for that reason. I liked aesthetically and thematically, I liked Duskmourn.
Was Duskmourn your favorite? It was.
I think that Duskmourn was my favorite, yeah. Dang. And just visually and from a mechanics standpoint, I like a lot of the things that the cards did. It didn't give us any like surveil lands or fetch land reprints in Old Border. Like it didn't give us any of the magic-y stuff that I do like. Like
they gave us a neat set of lands, those ones that tap for a color, and then if you have like a required basic, it taps for 2. Those were neat.
Those are
cool
good.
ideas.
Yeah,
Cool
yeah, I'd take those. You know what? I think I'm a little bit biased because I like the door mechanic.
Yeah.
That was cool.
It also had the best game day thing of the year, too. We started doing commander parties where we'd actually play like the gimmick that comes with every show. Bloomborough, by far the worst. Not close. Duskmourn, the best. I would like to play the Duskmourn, like move room to room throughout the mansion when you're playing Magic.
That was fun. I was trying to
more often because it was fun.
I was trying to remember what it was, but it was moving room to room to room. Yes, and that tied in not mechanically, but thematically and aesthetically. It tied into the set and the story, and it was creepy and fun, and it was easy to explain because you could say it's kind of like Eternity Maps Plane Chase, and then people are like, okay, yeah, I know how to do this.
Yeah.
And then you just do it.
And it's fun.
Yeah. And again, I am biased furthermore to Duskmourn because the only commander I built this year from 2024 was the Mind Skinner from Duskmourn.
I did New Norn from Duskmourn also.
That's 5.
That's 5.
5. Okay,
Man,
so who all did you build this year?
I did Ravnica, Bellow, technically twice.
Ravnica? Bellow? No.
Bellow was from Bloomborough.
Bloomborough.
And then
Bellow.
Obeka from Thunder Junction.
The Bloom, the bitter...
the Necrobloom.
Necrobloom,
That was from Maudie Ho Ho Ho.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
You did Norin,
but there was one more.
Oh,
I was sure there was one more.
Shoot.
It was pretty popular. I think that we saw it. Well, there was Necrobloom. No, that's 5, right?
Did you do anybody from Fallout?
Nope. Didn't get any Fallout. I don't know any Fallout. So there's Necrobloom, Obeka, Norin, Bellow, and some other one that we already said once, but now I've forgotten it.
Man, we suck.
Yeah, we're terrible at this. But I built 5 decks this year, which is crazy. Which is pretty... Rev!
Oh, Rev from Jumpstart. And you do have... the Snake and Gorgon Lady. The Snake and Gorgon Lady is going to be 6, but that's going to be next year.
Yeah, Black Deck Mech Snack.
Black Deck.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
very excited about that. That's so cool that I got that one. That's really neat.
So on the pre-show,
On the pre-show.
On the pre-show, I asked you if you could get the top 5 commanders. Okay, now, caveat.
Okay.
This is on edhrec.com. Most popular commanders in last 2 years, but I'm looking at all of the commanders from 2024 that are on this list.
Yes.
So does this make them the most popular commanders?
The most
no.
built online.
And
It
it's over
does.
the last 2 years. So, I mean, if you narrow that down to 1 year, you're going to see a drastically different list.
But not from these guys, because they were the most built in 2 years. That
I suppose,
necessitates
yeah.
they were also the most built in
Yeah,
one.
the stats junkies are just going to say, well, actually, if you do it this way and you see this different thing, well, we didn't do that. We have EDH Rec because we like those guys and they're our friends.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So, most popular one from 2024, built in the last 2 years.
I got it. I did get it. It was the Mothman.
The Mothman, the wise Mothman from Fallout.
Now, we know, I think 2 people, in our local LGS group have this, one of which is FU Alex, I believe.
Yep. Does he play it unmodified? I think so, right?
I think so.
And it's the rad deck one. This is the one with rad
Yeah,
counters.
he plays it unmodified. Then there's one other guy that's modified it a little bit, but not too much.
Yep.
And I know a couple people who I've seen on social media, some of the CDH content creators out there that really like the Wise Mothman for their CDH lists.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said it, because I've seen people talking about
Yep.
it a little bit more. So
Yep.
overall, I've played against it. Seems like a cool deck. Not for
Yep.
me, but hey.
Creepy art and multiple versions because there's a regular and a Pip-Boy version or whatever, right? Like the showcase treatment?
VATS version.
The VATS version. Oh, maybe there's 3 of them then.
What does VATS stand for, Gary? Do you remember?
I used to
VATS? It's something targeting system, right?
attack targeting system.
Is it Vault Attack Targeting System or something?
Ah, that sounds like it's right.
But
People let us know in the comments. Don't give it away, producer Gary. People will let us know in the comments because we're freaking stupid idiots.
we're
I'm
dumb.
really embarrassed because I should know that.
Well, you should be embarrassed for other reasons. The Wise Mothman, okay, number 1. And then we got to go down to, here's one that surprised me.
Yeah, I forgot all about
Voja
this guy.
Jaws of the Conclave.
That's the wolf elf.
This is the wolf
Beater.
guy that everybody's like, oh my god, it's 3 color, 5/5 for 5 vigilance, trample, ward, fucking 3 when it attacks. Put X+1/+1 counters on each creature you control or X's number L's you control. Then draw a card for each wolf you control. What?
And people were saying, like, you're saying, like, oh yeah, these guys are losing their minds for no reason. That card's bonkers. It's cracked as fuck.
That card's crazy.
Like, Momo plays it locally. I think she's the only one that I've seen locally. But Voja's insane.
Yep.
That's an insanely good magic.
I hear people all the time on Twitter saying, yeah, I got Vojud.
Yeah.
Or people at...
It's a verb. That's how good that card is.
Vojud, yeah. Or
Yeah.
people at Magic Cons and saying, oh yeah, I was playing casual and somebody just whipped out Elf Ball Voja. And I'm like, well, at least it wasn't Lathril Voja. And they're like, no, it was faster. It's like, oh no. So Voja, number 2. And then we have to go over to Ulalek Fused Atrocity. This
Great
is,
name.
Yeah, this is the 5 color, but also 5 winding. 2/5 Eldrazi with Devoid. Whenever you cast an Eldrazi spell, you can pay winding to like make a copy of it.
Yeah.
So this one was really good. This is the one that looks like it's got nipples on its shoulders.
5-color Eldrazi, very popular deck. I think lots of people
Yeah.
wanted it, and this is the only Eldrazi card that'll let you do it. So
Is this the only one? No, there's another one that's got 5 colors in its cost.
yeah, but F that one.
Yeah.
This is the one that does it, and
Yeah.
that's why it's up here, and
Yeah.
the other one is not.
Yep. The other one is just further down.
Yeah, way further down.
Then
Not on the list.
We got to go until we see Mr. House, President and E CEO.
That was my other guess.
Yep.
Just because it was the other Fallout card I could think of. I guess there's also Caesar and the robot person.
Yes, they're not on this list this high up.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the Mardu guy that lets you roll dice and
Make robots.
Yeah, make robots try and beat the house.
Yes.
That's this guy. I think I've played against this deck, and it was this deck built. It wasn't the precon. It wasn't a modified precon. Buddy was like, yeah, I have Mr. House. I built the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's locally.
Yes,
There's a
and
guy-
I think I did not win.
I don't remember who it was, but I remember playing against. I think he got Vandal blasted, thus Butthole blasted. I think is what happened
yes.
in that game.
Yes, buttholes will be blasted. Then the next 2 are your 2, the Necro Bloom and then Obeka.
Yeah.
And we did lists on both of those.
Did we do both of them?
We did both of them, yep.
Okay.
And
sick.
you know what? The last thing I forgot to look up for us was our most our most popular deck of the year.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to just filter here a little bit.
Is it this one?
Yeah, but this wasn't the most popular. Let me just hold on. Oh. You know what I think it is? Laughing Jasper Flint. Laughing Jasper Flint. I think that was the one. Now, this is just a quick kind of scan of our YouTube filtered by views or whatever. And it's not our most popular one of all time, of course. But I'm looking at the dates to find...
It's the cowboy
where
hat.
we...
That's what did it.
Yeah, it must have been,
That's what pushed him over the top.
Yeah, we have a couple sidewalk slams in there. We have a few videos from John. Gemstone Mine John had a few really good videos for us, but was the one that did it.
Huh.
And
I forgot all about that.
yeah, of all the, how many did we say? 326 new commanders by our calculations. That's sets, that's pre-cons, that's extra vault shit filtered to first printings.
So there would be 331 if you include the ones that came out of the Marvel Secret Lairs. There's 5 of those, right?
Yeah, we didn't get those ones.
I forgot about them until right now.
331. There's 5 of them in there. Yeah, Wolverine, Storm,
Captain America,
and
Black Panther,
yeah.
Iron Man?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. Was there
Say-
5?
Did we say Iron Man? Iron Man, Captain America, Wolverine, Black Panther, and Storm. There we go, 5.
There we go. So 331 by all our accounts. If we're wrong, let us know in the comments. Do ye have a favorite commander?
Oh, yeah, Bello. Not
Bello?
close.
Not
I love
close?
Bello. Bello was one of my favorite commanders all time. I think he will remain one of my favorite
Really?
commanders of all time. Yeah, man. Because he lets you... We talked about it on one of the pre-shows, I think, where it's like... He lets you play just trash piece of shit cards that you'll cut from every deck. Because they're the easiest cuts. Oh, it's just a utility enchantment.
Yeah, do nothing, 4 or
Right.
5 mana enchantment. What, like,
What,
it takes
this-
a turn before it can do anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas in Bello, it's also a 4/4 that's indestructible with haste that draws you a card.
Why does it have to be indestructible? Hey?
Because why
What
wouldn't it
in
be
the
indestructible?
ass?
Man, Bello was so good.
Yeah.
I love Bello. That card was so much fun, and that's why I built him twice, both budget and in real life. And I enjoy playing him quite a bit. He's usually in my rotation, where every other week I'll bring him along and just crush somebody with him because he's
Just
so good.
Dumpster, hey?
There's something to be said for hitting somebody for 40 and then drawing 10 cards. That's usually, yeah, I'm probably going to win, is what you usually say. I like Bello lots. He's very good.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a secret. Mine is also not a secret. I hate that I'm not going to bust out some new thing that's like, oh, I actually built this last week and it's my favorite. No, mine is the Mind Skinner. We talked about it several times on the show, and the more I played it, or the more I have played it, and since I built it, I haven't tweaked it. I've maybe changed one card, and I added one more foil island just because a different mismatched trolley island I was playing was not foil. You're welcome.
Well,
Yep.
good, I guess. That's fine.
Yeah, upgraded from non-foil trolley mismatch to foil trolley mismatch.
Trolley mismatch is the same as having matching. You know that, right?
Yeah, tell
you-
that to the people who hate trolley mismatch.
If you have 31 unique arts, that's the same as them all being the same art. That's the same thing. It requires
Brando's hot take too.
it requires more work to do that than to match them all.
Most likely, yeah. So the Mind Skinner, man, the more I played it, the more it's been great. And talking about it's been great because people say, oh, it only has 1 toughness. And I'm like, yeah, it dies literally to everything except your blockers because you can't block. Oh, take 10. And they go, what? Yeah, mill 10 instead. It's not actually take 10. So don't feel bad that like your life total is not cut in a quarter.
Yeah.
Your deck has been removed by like 1/8.
10 per. Yeah, I guess it's not even. It's more than 10%.
A little
It's
bit,
at
yeah, a
12%.
little bit more than 10% at the time.
Yeah.
And it just dies, and they're like, oh, okay, good, threats off the table. Next turn, I just play it again, and they're like, oh,
God damn it!
yeah,
God
right?
damn it!
And I say, listen, I'm going to just keep doing this, and you're still going to have 40 or 50, 60, 70 cards left by the time I'm like ready to try and win. And I'm going to try and hit you for like 80 and just kill you. And that's no different than like the amount of mana that I would have to spend to do that. And the amount of time it takes is no different than than you playing a crater hoof or whatever,
Yeah.
right? It's the same. And they go, oh, this is like aggro mill. And I'm like, exactly.
It's exactly
That's
what it
why
is.
it's so awesome. Is because it's an aggro deck. It's not a mill deck. Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah,
Like it
yeah,
lots. Do you have any cards from the year that came out? I have to throw out my good girl, Azure Beastbinder. I think that card.
Oh yeah, you talked about that. That's from Bloomborough,
Yep.
right?
On the level of, and I'm saying it. I'm saying it right now. In the last show of 2024, on the level of Brash Taunter. I like it that much.
What?
My top five most favorite cards ever.
You did a top 5, bro? I was out of town drinking eggnog and rum.
I'm going to do
Sorry.
it right now. My top 5
Okay, let's hear it.
best cards all time in Magic. It's Brash Taunter 4 times, and then Azure Beastbinder.
Oh, I thought you meant from this year.
Oh, no. No.
Oh, same list.
Yeah, same list. Yes, Brash Taunter was reprinted this year. As such, he's still there. He got new art even, so we
Yeah.
know that it's a
Yeah.
true reprint.
Oh man, what if they printed Brash Taunter in a cowboy hat? Oh, that would have been so cool.
Lights out, baby.
Just kicking the door of a saloon in, hey?
Oh, man.
Guns just blazing. Pew, pew.
He's shooting himself. Like, yeah, I'm so tough. Bam, bam, bam.
He's got somebody's hand holding a gun pointing at his own head. Oh man, my top card of the year?
Looks like we got us
Frick,
a Truxican standoff, right? Like, what the hell?
I don't even know what cards are printed this year.
You see, there's so many of them. But
Can I say the Mind Skinner? Doesn't count.
So nothing really jumped out at you, is what you're saying.
I'm going back to the door mechanics. There's one that lets you play land from graveyard or play cards from graveyards this turn.
Oh yeah,
It's got Crucible of Worlds and frickin' Yawgmoth's Will on one card.
on a green card.
What in the ass?
Yeah.
That one was really good. When I read that one, I was like, whew. What? That one?
Zoix, this was a mistake. Is what he
Oh,
said there.
yeah, man. What else did you like from this year? I'm going to look up real quick.
One of the things that I specifically like, there were lots of things in the big score that I really enjoyed. There was a guy that he was a 2/2 for red 1. Whenever he attacks, we get a treasure. The guy we're attacking gets a treasure, and then he burns their ass for all the artifacts that they have. Man, that guy was pretty freaking good. Sword of Wealth and Power came out this year. It was
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool. That was a good one.
Yep.
We saw lots of exciting reprints. Alas, in breaking news, things like Archive Trap and all the commands that I think were
Archive
really, really
Trap.
cool.
Yeah,
but
that's
didn't necessarily get all the love that they probably deserved.
I'm trying to think of like what came out in like Maudie Ho Ho Ho. I really liked the lands on one side, but the spells on the other.
Oh yeah,
Because we got some more of those, and those all ended up being good.
those are MDFCs. Is that what we call those?
Yes,
the
modal
one?
double-faced cards. Yep. I'm thinking of. Oh man, was Lava Spur Boots any good? That's like what is that? That's
the new Greaves.
plus 1 haste and ward 1, equip 1, cast 1.
I don't play it because I have Boots and Greaves. But if I didn't have Boots or Greaves, I would certainly play it.
And if you're playing Felix 5 boots, you need another pair of boots at least.
You are not wrong.
Yep.
So there's Greaves boots,
Lava Spurs,
Lava Spurs,
Trailblazers.
Trailblazers boots. There's another pair of boots. What's the other one?
There's a flying pair of boots, but it's blue. Does Felix 5 boots got blue in them?
Nice green.
Frick. Man, what's the last pair of boots?
Let us know in the comments.
There we go.
If you know any
Beep,
more
beep, beep.
shoes in Magic.
Hey, have you ever been blasphemous verdict?
I have not been
I got
blasphemous.
blasphemed the other day.
Was it bad?
Oh yeah, it was as bad as getting blasphemed the first time.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. Cast just for black because there was 13 creatures on the battlefield, and everybody had to sacrifice 13 creatures,
Man.
and it got rid of. Guess what? All the creatures. Yep. Yeah, that card's really freaking good.
Can you imagine sitting across the blasphemous edict, all sack all your dudes, and there's that one guy playing the token deck, and he's sitting there with like his giant dude and like 3 other dudes, and he's like, "Oh man, you've made a mistake, sir," and you're like, "Oh fuck, I should have played blasphemous act instead," right?
Yes. Yeah. I know these are commanders, but Flub's the Fool. I think that deck has the ability to go all the way casual or all the way like dirty, rotten, stinking combo. So I like that one. Same with Necro Bloom.
Ooh, shout out to Glarb. Remember Glarb?
Yeah.
Sexy and crackhead
Yep.
Glarb. I didn't
Yep.
build him, but I did put him into my Atraxa deck, and he
Yep.
has done work in that deck.
Yeah, we got to do a shout out to, I think, the Surveil lands. I know I mentioned them with Karlov Manor. That is the reason that people still buy those booster packs, is because those cards, because of Commander and Standard, were like $20, $25 bills, depending on which one. Then if you get them in foil or extended art,
Yep, very good.
those cards were all very good.
If we're doing shout outs for lands, I want to do one to, believe it or not, Wizards of the Coast for giving us shocks and fetches in the same year.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That's a pretty big deal. We've talked about since the beginning of the show
Yep.
that you don't need duels to have a strong mana base in Commander. And
Yep.
they gave you the strongest things that you need, I would argue, to have a good deck this year.
Yep.
All printed, and you can still get a lot of it if you know where to look. If you go to Fusion, you can still buy some of that shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, very much so.
Very cool.
And CCO Holiday going to get you a discount.
There it is.
Withering Torment, the instant speed, mind you. Remember, whenever anybody casts the other black one that says, destroy your enchantment, I lose that much life.
I don't play it anymore.
And then you say, hey, bro, that's a sorcery. And they go, oh, yeah, put it back in my hand then. Right? Withering Torment is destroy target creature or enchantment, you lose 2 life, instant
better.
speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 mana, but you know what? I'm okay with this.
I'll pay the extra 3 to have the utility of killing a dude and losing less life.
Yeah, or getting your best enchantment.
Yes.
Yes.
In black.
Yep. Split up is another good one. Choose one. Destroy all tapped or destroy all untapped creatures.
Yep.
That's like that was the Duskmorn Wrath of God equivalent.
Sure.
But 3 mana only.
Oh,
I like that one.
3 mana wraths. Hey, we were talking about that last time we played Magic, actually, are there 3 mana wraths out there that are actually good? And the only one any of us could think of was the one from Amonkhet. Black, 1, kill all the dudes, but then you don't untap your land. Bontu's Last Right or Bontu's Last Reckoning or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Bontu's Last Reckoning.
Yeah.
Bontu's Reckoning, maybe. Yeah, black, 1, destroy all, then you miss your untaps
Missed
or
your
something.
untap step, yeah.
Yeah, cool art on that one. I got a playmat of that art.
Yeah, it's
You know who gave that to me?
Tell me.
Max Crandell.
Max Crandell, man.
And then I rolled it up and beat him over the head with it.
Are you sure he gave it to you and you just didn't take it from him, roll it up and hit him with it until he said you could have it?
Well, I was trying to be a nice guy. I was trying to.
Yeah.
And you know what? I got one more shout out that I would like to do
Okay.
because I forgot about this card and I need it for the Mind Skinner.
Okay.
It's Excalibur Sword of Eden. This is from
Assassin's
Creed. 12 mana legendary equipment.
Mother of God.
Yeah, costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of historic permanents. Artifacts, legends, sagas are historic.
Okay.
So you can get it to
Yeah.
cost not very much.
It costs nothing.
Equipped creature has +10/+0 and has vigilance.
Oh my.
And equip legend for 2.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So I think what I would like to do is find more legends that have some way to mill and thereby increase my historic count. And of course, I play mana rocks that are historic and some stuff like that. Get Excalibur down and make it easy to equip my legends. Yeah, because I'd have more than just the Mind Skinner is kind of the direction I'd like to take the deck. And Excalibur is one of the big splashy equipments from Assassin's Creed that I think you're right. A little bit got passed on the flyby because of Mighty Ho Ho Ho,
Yep.
and then the winter activities, and we just never spent a lot of time on it. Plus, it was a small set.
Yep. It was a small set, and it was released during, I think it was Mighty Ho 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 spoiler season, I think is when it came out.
Yeah, I'm just
So I think
looking
people
here.
looked at it, read all the cards in it, forgot about it immediately because you were already aboard the hype train for the Commander decks that came out in the Modern set. Choo-choo.
You know what it was? It was Mighty Ho 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 in June. July was Assassin's Creed. And then
Also in June was something else.
and then in August was Bloomborough. Yeah. And Mystery Boosters too.
Yep.
So it's just like we just got blasted this summer, remember?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember talking about just like how much stuff and nobody knew their dinks from their assholes because there was just So much stuff. I think that's kind of the summary of each
the
of
whole
our
year, yeah.
of our year-end wrap-ups now is, hey, like we wanted to do these things and they were interesting, but it felt like we either didn't have time to kind of let them breathe and play with them. Like my Excalibur example is perfect. Like I forgot that card existed because I didn't look at that set very much because there was other stuff that was also interesting. I would have spent money on both things, but I just didn't have enough time.
There was 3 sets released in
3 months.
not that many months.
Yeah, less than 3 calendar months worth of days. Yeah, you're
Insane.
right.
That's insane. And I'm hoping, I know that this is a fool's hope, but I'm hoping
A flub's
next year-
hope.
Yes, might be better.
Huh.
Maybe. Maybe.
Here's what I think.
We're looking ahead just for a little bit. We've only got 6 official releases coming out.
Yeah,
So that's one every 2 months.
I like that.
Maybe.
And hey, listen, supplement every second month without a product release with a secret layer. Then you
super drop,
then
yeah.
you still get to do your things, right? Well, we know we're getting 4 secret layers because the super drops are quarterly.
Yes.
Right? And then that leaves 2 more slots for other things like the Christmas secret layer
like the
or a
Innistrad-
charity one or whatever, right?
Innistrad Remaster.
Woohoo! Yeah. I think either make products less good so I'm not interested in every single one.
Correct? That's what I want. I want that.
Or
I want to have a set that's so bad we just sit here for an hour and just dumpster it. That's what I want.
have you ever checked out Mercadian Masks, bro?
I would be very happy to do Mercadian Masks on the show because there's lots of things in that deck or lots of things in that set, that block, that people just
Get in touch with
Right.
our good friend Mac Attack.
Maybe.
And you guys do an episode of Commander History specifically on masks.
I put an
That would be
Undertaker
cool.
into a deck last week.
The Undertaker.
Yes.
Yes.
Choke slam that thing right into the deck.
Yeah.
Give it
that's,
a tombstone.
that's a spell shaper from masks. Common.
Yep.
Yes. Discard a card, pay black, raise dead. That's what it does.
Brings it back to your head.
Yeah, raise dead.
Yep.
Yeah, not zombify.
Yep.
Raise
Very
dead.
good.
Yep.
Very good.
Okay,
Little-
well,
yeah.
at that's a look way back.
Yeah.
With that, any final thoughts about 2024?
2024 was a year that we all lived through. Is what it was. And I'm really glad that I got to do it with you and with producer Gary and with all the members of the nation out there that have been on this journey with us for the last bunch of years, but especially this one. Like I said, it's been a tough one for lots of people, I think.
Inflation's killing a lot of people,
Right.
and their kind of their drive to go out and kind of spend money, spend excitement on Magic because everything's expensive right now,
Yeah,
right?
I think that overall this has been it's been a tough year for a lot of people, and I'm glad that for them and for ourselves, we got to be a little beacon of positivity, an hour of fun that you get to have every week, and we're privileged and honored and very happy that you had us back for this year to be a part of your lives, and we're really happy that we're happy that we could be that for you.
And to add to that, just very shortly, is we have received a few kind of messages and emails to that end that we always appreciate getting. So if you want to let us know your story, and maybe we'll talk about it, have it on the show, or I'll talk about it on Commander Ad Populum. We always appreciate getting those and letting us know that what we do is helpful, entertaining, educational. But whatever it is to you, we're happy to do it. And 2024 was a great year for us to do it in, despite being kind of a bad year.
Yeah,
the
but-
nation had a good year. How about that?
I like
Hey, can
that.
we say that?
Finish it on the upswing.
There
You
we
know what
go.
else is going to be the upswing? 2025, and we're going to talk all about what's coming up there on the next exciting episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!